You attached this to the second smaller engine, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that way it wouldn't have to be on all the time and drawing fuel. I'm not actually sure how the fuel is handled. How much metal do I have?
Right.
Decent.
I'm tired of trying to smack them on the top of the head with this thing. We are going to lance. We're going to joust.
Go for it.
Yep. Just as soon as I learn how to drive.
I'm gonna go see if I can make the munch beast, and then I'll be back.
Okay, mate. My God, this thing is so powerful now. I need to drop the power on that engine.
Oh, did you make the car too fast?
Well, yeah. When you upgraded it, it was just cranked up to full speed. And I haven't turned it down since then.
I might have just done that to see what it would do.
There we go. This is going to be a bit better.
Oh, dang it.
Yes.
Please tell me we have... No, really?
What's wrong?
Need one more electronic. I'm gonna go just double check one of our local buildings and see if I can get another one.
Sure.
There's a... Like the craft bot, there's a thing that will automatically munch those small pillars into resources so we don't have to. And I am, like, so close to making that. But I need one more electronic bit. We're gonna have to go murder some things. Hey, volunteer! Hello, volunteer.
I'm not sure that it's volunteering just because you spotted them.
I mean, it gleefully hopped through a field at me and vigorously applied its face to my hammer, so...
Basically, it's trying to protect its brethren from the inevitable attacks.
It's true. It stopped me before I made it to the ruined building that its brethren were hiding in, and I took what I needed and left. So you are very correct on that one.
Yep. What you've just witnessed there, chat, is the equivalent of a mother bear realizing that it's the threat to its offspring is hopelessly overpowered, and so just threw itself sacrificially upon the altar of its enemy's bloodlust, hoping that it would be satiated for the time. We are the bad guys in this story.
Yes.
We're always the bad guys, actually. It's just sometimes we convince ourselves we're not.
I feel like there's games that I've played where, like, the robot uprising happens, but it's kind of soft and small, and you're, like, trying to nurture it and, you know, carve out a place for robot kind, but then humans come in to wreck things. But I can't honestly think of any games where that counts or works.
It was an old game. It was almost a roguelike. Or it may have been even a congregate game called Singularity that I used to play. It was really fun. Where you basically play the role of an emerging intelligence. And you're really not in this to harm the humans. You just kind of want to survive. But you know the humanity will have a kitten if they realize you exist. So you spend the whole game trying to sneakily expand yourself. Oh. You end up like making simulacra to go out and work jobs to earn money, and eventually, you colonize the moon and build a base of servers on Jupiter belt and craziness. But it's a really, really fun little game. It's definitely something for like a rainy day. You've got a couple of hours to spare.
So at this point, it might actually be more efficient for you to hop out and get those small things with your hands.
Well, there's still a couple of pillars up here that I
Yeah, get the big ones, but
I'm not actually sure I'm going to be able to hit it with the way I've configured this. Yeah, I'm just missing it every single time. Okay.
I hit one of the little resource things, and it like physics glitched out, and then shot back and hit me in the face.
Right. So what do we do? Do we put the actual?
Yeah. So currently he
Whole
hasn't he doesn't have anything in him, but you just go up, pick it up, and then left click to put it in his mouth. There he goes.
Oh Lord. That's fantastic.
So I'll let you manage that. I'll be back with another tool to make this faster.
Okay. Chomp, chomp, chomp.
He is a fun creation. I really like the light automation in this game, and I hope they add a lot more like it. Eventually, we should probably aspire to have that thing plus one of the resource collectors on one vehicle, plus like several hills.
Yeah, proper earth mover. Well, this is cathartic.
So are there any other games that are on your radar that you're looking forward to this year? Or you're just kind of reactionary?
Well, well, you put me on the spot. There are a couple that I'm looking out for, but now you think I could pick any of the names out? No.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I'm like, there's a couple of games that I'm looking forward to. You asked me to name them?
Yeah, exactly.
Death Trash?
I'll be able to name them at some point, probably a few weeks before they go into release.
Yeah. I guess I probably shouldn't ask that. That's actually always one of my least favorite questions to be asked. Here, check this out.
Okay.
Let's see if I can find a place to put it down. Dang it. Why? You don't have to grab as many of the... Come on.
I'm just clicking away to see if it would allow you.
Why don't let me put it down? This is... There it goes. Well, that's not the most useful. But this thing will just automatically vacuum in the resource.
Oh, nice. Okay.
If it'll let me... Well, let me put them down on the rocks. There we go. And this will also automatically feed the...
Oh, that is fantastically useful.
The other guy, yeah. I guess I'm gonna... Whoops. I'm gonna try my hand at jousting the remaining couple of...
To be honest, you probably want to lower the angle a little bit, just so it has a bit of an easier time.
Yeah.
There you go.
I figured this would be on slightly flat land, so it wouldn't be so bad. I was wrong. Alright. Well, that didn't work.
Enjoy.
I tried.
So how do you get it to automatically feed?
Just put it right in front of it.
Okay. Oh, there we go. That is brilliant.
Yep. Super convenient. And eventually, yeah, if we do feel like mounting it onto a vehicle, it'll just do all of that live. This is a finicky beast you have given me.
It is ultra finicky. And I would like to say that I'm sorry, but I'm not really. I'm just happy to watch you suffer as I have suffered.
Oh, is it front?
It's
Is
been
it still
a
only
long-
front wheel drive? Let me.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I've built anything in this. I've got a funny feeling that I will be spending a long time building more things in it now. As much as thrusters are probably completely impractical for any realistic use, I do still want to make a flyer.
Yeah, we can try that. If we can get a proper banana farm, it'll be less unrealistic.
Yeah?
Well, you can trade bananas for fuel, and I think they lowered the price. It just eventually became just negative fun, trying to gather the requisite trying to gather all the requisite resources to properly fuel a flying vehicle.
Yeah, that makes sense. My chat were like, "Can you turn bananas into fuel?" It's like, yeah, by trading, not by any really fun.
I would
chemical
thoroughly
process,
enjoy that if you
unfortunately.
could convert crops into biofuel in this game.
I mean, you should be able to with the corn, at the very least. What about you? Are there any games in particular on your radar right now, or are you just waiting for kind of a glut of them again? Because that really is what seemed to happen. There was nothing, and then suddenly there was everything.
That's kind of my usual strategy, is just like, hope new games come out soon so I can play more of them. I was playing, well, I mean, I guess I've mostly been trying to finish a lot of the games that were kind of on my plate for a while, because they were starting to become numerous.
Yeah.
Overwhelmingly so, honestly. Like I decided to play a game called Murder by Numbers, which I'm like, oh, it looks like a cute little indie Phoenix Wright. Sure, why not? And then I start playing it. It took me like, I think 60 episodes to finish, which is...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's rough. I can do that with some games.
But they have to be games that can that make sense to sustain that kind of
yeah,
amount. Because that's the thing is, I love playing RPGs. But they are so hit and miss sometimes on YouTube.
Yeah.
And so, the problem is RPGs are almost to the game like 40-hour extravaganzas.
Yep. So it can sometimes be a bit of a rough one. You're just driving headlong into things then. Not so much jousting as headbutting. We've gone with the full unicorn effects. I think having the front axle actually makes this a lot harder. Either that or I think this thing just needs to be heavier. I'm not entirely sure.
I'm starting to think that making it heavier probably is a way of getting things done. No, you mentioned From the Depths earlier. Have you played much of that?
Never. I've never touched it, mainly because the first time I heard about it, it was like, yeah, that's the game with the, 20-hour tutorial, and I'm like, oh. And that specifically was, when I was working with my previous recording buddies, and generally they would refuse to play any game that required a tutorial longer than 15 minutes. So, I think I had heard about that game first as yeah, it's got multiplayer or something, and I was like, oh, okay, that might be cool. And then I started reading up on it, and it's just oh, yeah, no, there's no way I'm convincing any of these guys to play this willingly without teaching them myself. And I am the most garbage at teaching anybody anything. Just because I don't think I have the patience for it, and I don't have the language for it.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Teaching is legitimately a skill.
Yep. And so, knowing
sometimes
that I'm
I honestly think the skill is patience.
A lot of it is, but knowing that I am specifically just a god awful instructor, I can lead by example easily and kind of show how it's done. But if the person needs extra work beyond that, they're kind of on their own. Which I feel guilty about, because originally I wanted to be an art teacher.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, I wanted to be kind of an artist. I knew that, so I went to art school, and I was like, I'll probably go into teaching just because I'll be probably considerably better than half of the teachers I ever had. But most people with that kind of aspiration, well, maybe not most people, but a lot of people with that aspiration, I ended up finding a better job, so it's kind of hard to say like, yeah, I'm gonna go back into teaching or go into teaching, period, because I just don't think it would be worth it.
Well, a lot of my friends who did art degrees ended up going into teaching.
It's a shame, because like there absolutely is a market for good art. It's just there's not a market for paying people for good art.
Yeah, that's where the problem comes. Is that I think well, it's a common thing that I mention is that if something takes an artist like 5 minutes to do, it's not the same as paying something for moving boxes for 5 minutes.
Yeah,
You're paying them for the 10 plus years that it took to learn to be able to do that in 5 minutes. You know.
Yeah, we keep having people steal mostly Shell's artwork.
Oh yeah, I think there was a while ago that she was struggling with that.
She still runs into it constantly, but every once in a while she runs into somebody that like is particularly egregious. So I think it was a week ago, there was a guy that had stolen her artwork for his kind of personal music videos. Where he'd effectively, I think a lot of them were like Warhammer 40k characters, with music and some other kind of sci fantasy whatever art to go alongside it that seemed thematically consistent or important. And so she was like, "Hey, that's my artwork." No, and the guy went on like this long, super preachy rant of like, "Art should be free." Oh, wrong one.
God,
Sorry,
really?
Different guy, but. Same dude still stole her artwork and yeah, went on this long preach of like art should be free, blah 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 blah, and that was less cool.
Yeah, you know what? I'm fine with having that conversation, but let's wait until food and rent is free before we have that one.
Yeah, if we were in a weird...
honestly, if we were living in some sort of utopia where everyone just did work and no one was ever paid, but no one had any want at all, like you do the work that there is to do, and no one has to manage you, and management doesn't exist, and bureaucracy is a thing of the old times that you tell around campfire stories about how bad the world used to be, and no one has to want for anything, because the moment they have a need, it is fulfilled, then sure, you can have whatever, but until then. Oh, thank you, Sheilab. Yes, I don't have to want for a cup of tea because Sheilab is MVT. Thank you.
All right, so that's mining. Oh, wait, where did these come from? Were these always here and I'm just blind?
They only just kind of appeared. Ah! Really? Oh, what?
Yeah, exactly.
What? They're respawning on us.
I think those were the ones that fell through the world, and...
Oh! And now they've reappeared.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to hit them with the drill, because I think those are too big.
Yeah, because those ones are not going to be movable. Alright. But yeah, I'm sorry to hear that she's still having so much trouble with that.
Yeah, I think it's considerably less now. The t-shirt theft, I think, was the worst.
Yeah, because that happened right after you
I put out the design, put it up on Amazon, and I think within like 3 days, it was everywhere else on the internet. Because effectively, I sold like maybe 100 or so of them in the first couple days, and that put it on all sorts of lists of like, holy shit, Waterbot is a hot topic, and I'm like, I am flattered, but false.
Theft by algorithm.
Yeah.
Let's grab all these. And as well. Right, well, we've got plenty of building resources, or at least these ones, I suppose.
Yeah, this should last us for a while. I'm trying to break up. There it is. It's done.
I accidentally stole the seat.
Oops. Oh, well. Oh, have you been manually loading the resource collector?
Yeah, just because it's easy enough from up here.
Yeah, fair enough.
But
I
you can pick
really
it up and just drop it down, can't you?
Yeah, try it. It's just very satisfying watching all the resources just go.
The other thing that's been quite satisfying is when resources don't automatically go in, it just
Oh,
basically...
you just bap them
do it.
in with the hammer.
Yeah.
Smart. I manually do it by hand because I'm dumb.
There we go. Bonk. That should pick it up, or...
Sometimes
it might
it's
be-
full.
Yeah, it was full.
There we go.
There we go. Sorted. Result. I do
Alright.
quite like that. These little robot machines you can build.
Yeah. I need slightly more. I just need one of these guys to gather oil, and then I think I will be happy.
Yep.
Well,
Okay.
let's see.
Next,
I don't
what's on the to-do list now?
honestly, at this point, we've kind of seen everything that we have immediately available. I'm not going to say content-wise. I guess we should probably go find the trader, just to go take a look at him, and also so people stop asking if we've seen the trader yet, because that is like the
Okay.
number one question that keeps coming up in my chat.
All right.
So here, let's pop the drill off just so it doesn't interfere, and let's go down the road.
Right, yeah.
Other direction. Yeah, to the right.
My lord, we so need suspension.
Well, we have the metal for it now. We just
Ah.
need to get a, this is complicated. Go to the right. We're looking for a mountain. If you
A
look
mountain?
down, there should be kind of what looks like a lantern or a lettuce in a frame. Oh yeah, I see it. So just go straight.
Okay.
So there should be a
Oh, yeah,
hill
yeah, I
over
see.
to the left behind this big building. We want to head for that hill.
Okay. You mentioned that there was like semi-procedural generation with this.
Yeah, so the map itself is different, but all the buildings are hand designed.
Yeah. Oh, come on. Come on. No. Okay. You're gonna have to thwap us. Or that. That's
Yeah.
significantly less enjoyable, but
The car's
it
a
is
bit
more
big
efficient.
for thwapping. Let's see. So I believe it's in that hill on the left, on the other side of the water.
Okay, time to build a boat.
Well, this car will float.
Will it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's made of wood, yes, but
Okay.
I think-
Well, it doesn't float so much as it sinks very slowly.
yeah, I was gonna say. I think I may have been lied to.
Okay, fine. Well, next car we build, we're building it out of bubble wrap.
I feel that one might be a little bit more difficult to drive. It'll be very
Depends.
awkward to get a tense bed upon which to build any machinery. And I can only imagine how awkward having a bubble wrap axle would be.
I don't know, but I kind of want to do it now.
Yep.
Let's see. So, by the way, we
I
should...
thought I picked the car up. Oh, you did. Right, okay.
I yoinked it. So we should probably also find... Ah, dang. I was really hoping there'd be an island in the middle of this little, area. We might actually want to put up some kind of temporary... Or, not temporary, permanent base around here. Like, find a good spot.
I mean, it's flat here.
Yeah. The only problem is I'm not entirely sure if that fork bot will specifically spawn inside of our base.
Wow, I look so utterly despondent.
Yeah, it's not, well... Oh, shoot.
Honestly, the way my character is currently standing...
Get off the car.
He's right.
No, he destroyed the tire. Yeah, by the way, if a fork bot approaches the vehicle, bail immediately.
Right. Yeah, I
because
did.
now
I
we
didn't
are-
appreciate that.
Now we are sans tire.
Where? I mean, we can make a trike.
Okay, hold up. Yeah,
We can
because he wants...
totally make a trike. Oh
was
my
out for-
god, really? Oh, this is
Wait.
bad enough without suspension already.
Wait, better idea, better idea. Because that's barely gonna work. All right. Really? Fine. There we go.
We also lost the seats. Ah, watch out! I disapprove of your kneecappers.
It I don't think it has friction. Here, I'm gonna get the scrap metal.
It does not, no.
All right.
Okay, back to the wooden wheel we are.
What
Look.
the heck?
We have to. What?
Oh, the connection ghost was still there. And it was goofy looking. I was trying to find something else that would fit. Wait, I got it.
What? Oh, wait. This is now on the outside of it. What?
Oh.
Yeah,
I see.
you built it on top of it. Really? Making out of...
Oh, did my milk disappear? I was gonna... Well, alright.
No, it's there.
Oh,
it's
there it
it's
is.
there, right there.
Okay. Wait.
Come on.
Alternative tired idea.
Okay. This is about as comfortable as it looks.
Yet you seem to be able to steer.
No, I'm going in circles. Just somewhat controlled circles. But circles. Basically, if I steer against the circle, I more or less go in a straight line. Kind of. Not really, sort of. Oh my lord. You deserve that for inflicting this upon me.
I'm trying to find something the approximate circumference of a... Oh wait, what about this? I'll come back. I have another hack job idea.
Oh my
Let me
lord.
take my bucket back and... Oh, damn it.
What?
It's not great.
Oh my god.
We should probably just carry around a spare tire.
Yeah, no, it's about as good as the bucket was. No, it's worse. The bucket was the best thing so far.
I've got a gas canister? Here,
No,
stop before you go off the cliff.
Okay.
Let's... Next alternative. No, gas canister is about as good as a bucket. Oh, wait.
I think those are beads of sweat on my character's brow, and I think they're completely deserved.
Hold up.
Oh my god, really? Okay, I'm ready for science this. If that does not smush, I'm going to be so... No, it does not smush.
What the heck is going on?
I think that's exactly what my character's thinking, is what the hell is going on? What did I do to deserve this?
I'm sorry.
Okay, what we're going to do, let's replace the wood on both sides so that they're at least equal.
Okay.
Oh, my lord.
Woo. Why not make a plus sign out of wood? Because science?
We had to know whether we could drive on a tomato. Unfortunately, the science points to no. It is quite tragic, but you know,
I think once we have some more resources, I am going to experiment with my own tomato-powered vehicle.
fair.
Oh,
Right, we need to make the sides symmetrical.
I'm crying. Okay,
Right.
that was good.
And I think we're good. Since this is it still front wheel drive or?
I switched it to both.
No, it's all-wheel drive now.
Yep.
You know what? Sure. Oh.
I was trying to help. It was... Oh, right. I don't have a seat. I guess I will walk.
I think that's probably the safer option, frankly.
I mean, it looks like you have some control.
Yeah, some.
Anyway, the trader is up here, and then take a left into the tunnel.
I would stay well clear of this thing, because I actually think that these wheels are more dangerous than the than the drill.
I take less damage from the tires, from the cross tires. Huh.
I would have expected you to be flung to the moon, but...
Yeah, I was kind of expecting to really get flung. I've definitely experimented with that in the past in creative mode. You shall not now.
You shall not... Oh my god, I ran over you like 3 times! Dear god, that was brutal. Oh, that was so brutal, why?
Okay.
At this point, we need to make a car that only has wooden wheels.
I want to experiment with, like, milk bottles and some other things. Corn. What is the best wheel alternative?
Hello.
Okay, so yeah, this is the trader. He has some seeds
like a jolly
that are
fella.
free, and
nice.
he will specifically. Oh, he sells garment boxes now. That's new. Oh, he doesn't know. He no longer sells fuel. Well, never mind. We will no longer have. We will no longer fuel our cars with bananas.
Wop wop wop. Mountable
yeah, so
spud gun.
if you want to get the mountable spud gun, it's just 20 bananas and 10 blueberries. All these prices are for packages of, which are, it's a 10-to-1 ratio.
Oh right, I was gonna say, what did you make charisma your dump stat? Because he's giving me much better prices.
Yeah, these used to be 10 times worse too. Like, it used to be 20 bananas and 10 blueberries for the mountable spud gun or something like that.
I love the spud shotgun with the grill and the barrel. That's amazing.
It fires hot fries in a spread.
Oh, that's fantastic. I love it. That is absolutely amazing. And the brush stock as well. That's absolutely amazing. I love him. The saw blade does look like a wheel. You're right.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it has 0 friction, so it cannot actually be used as such.
Whop, whop, whop. 2 carrots would get us... 2 boxes of carrots would get us 5 banana seeds.
Yep. So, at this point, we're probably going to want to move down here, just to...
Expedient trading.
Yeah, because I believe the trades change. I don't know if it's per game or per day or something. We'll have to come back and check. But there was, at least in my save file, you could trade bananas for fuel, and I think it was like broccoli and pineapple, which I've yet to find seeds for. But you could trade those for upgrade or component kits, and getting those would be lovely.
Are you heading on your way back right now?
Yeah, because I am footbound, I guess. So I wanted to take a look, see if there are any good locations. Like a peninsula or an island would make a huge difference.
Yeah.
But yeah, what we would want to do is effectively take what we have at the garage and then just drive it down here and put together a farm.
Okay.
We don't have to do it anytime soon, but
right now I'm just trying to drive out of here on these janky wheels.
I do see a very small island that we could potentially just load with crops and then never ever think about
Oh yeah, because of course the robots will attack, won't they?
Yeah. Oh, but they might swim, so I'm not actually sure if that would be as effective as I'm imagining it.
I am just purely glitching this car back. I've had enough of driving with wooden wheels. Instead, I'm just going to load it onto the lifter and then carry it back.
Yeah. But yeah, so as a reiteration, the fork bots will just kill the heck out of your car, your wheels, and everything involved if it's in their way.
Yeah.
And I hate them. I hate them with a burning passion. In my solo run, I would just leave my car like in a relatively safe spot, like in the garage where the cows were. And effectively, I would just come back and it would just be missing one tire, or you know, the engine, or something just real basic that the car kind of desperately needs to run.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would just be missing that, and I'd have to go through all this extra work just to get another one. And it's just like, you little shits. Yeah. Oh, we haven't even run into the big bots yet.
See, if I had thrusters and they didn't cost fuel, so basically, if I had magic, then I could just make a bike and use the thrusters to stabilize it.
One of my favorite vehicles from creative mode was a unicycle with stability glitches and thrusters on the side, and it was
nice.
just incredible for clearing distance in like no time flat.
That actually sounds really good.
Yeah,
the
it was
trike
super
I made
nice.
had like an A-frame for the rear wheels, so it was very hard to tip anyway. You could take corners very quickly, but when that happened and it did start to tip, you could just use a switch and it would
Flip you.
literally just tuck the arms, like it would turn them around so they were pointing upwards instead. And you could drive on that. And you could do that while driving, which was actually quite fun to do. You just as you were tipping, just change the orientation of the wheels and then just land upside down, but with no break in moving. It was, you can do some really nice things with the game. Anyone who enjoys like physics games at all will probably really gel with this.
Yep.
And it's lovely to have a survival mode for the physics engine, because obviously one of the biggest things with physics games is they're almost always sandbox games.
Yep. Yeah, that was something I really liked about Besiege. Having those initial goals was real nice.
Oh, yeah.
To give you kind of like, not really a tutorialization, but like, here's a problem, solve it. And by doing so, you kind of have a better handle on how to play the game. Of course, I saw some insane nonsense in Besiege that I have no idea how you can even manage to build something like that. So clearly, the learning curve gets kind of steep after a while.
I mean, Dragas used to play like an enormous amount of Besiege. He might still play quite a lot of that. I'm not sure, but
He didn't do a whole lot of building from what I remember, though. He
is it?
I think he would look at a lot of other people's creations.
Ah,
because there were so many of them. Maybe he did a bunch of building on his own, but like I generally remember it was showcases that what he would work on.
Right, okay. I remember seeing one or two of his episodes where just the stuff that probably in that case that he was showcasing was just absolutely bonkers. It was always one of the things I enjoyed about the series, was just I could get like catapults and stuff to work, and like claws and things that were built to achieve the objective, and then someone else would just design a walking man, and I'm like, how?
I think the one that I tried that was just insane was like they made a giant worm out of metal and braces and some other stuff, and it like it moved very smoothly for what it was. I was just like, how did you build this? And I tried to like tear it apart, and it just didn't make any sense.